Um, this is episode 6. So in the last episode, I talked about a few things I missed about college. Not missed in that sense. Missed on the story of my college experience. I do not miss college at all. And wrapped up um, basically what my career is and all of the sorts. In the top right, you're going to see a little information bubble thingy, and that's going to have the link to the playlist with all of these videos in it, and they're going to be, you know, listed by episode. If you want to watch from the beginning, or if you just want to watch the channel intro to show you what these videos are. If it does not interest you, that is fine. If it does, then all the videos are going to be there, all for you to watch. So, without further ado, this is episode 6. And in episode 6, I wanted to talk about some of my mental growths and then some of my mental setbacks. So, after I dropped out of college, I started working full time. My confidence in myself slowly started to grow. I still didn't like who I saw in the mirror. I still saw an overweight, fat piece of shit for the most part. But slowly but surely, being in a field that I was successful at, not necessarily in terms of money, but I was successful in keeping that job, and quite frankly, I was pretty damn good at cleaning cars. So I had started to get some self-confidence. So I started to slowly but surely feel better about myself. As I'm working more and more and more, I'm growing more and more comfortable with myself. And, I still had social anxiety. Put a little asterisk by had. I do not have it anymore. And I will explain that. So my self-confidence started to grow. I grew out my beard, which I feel like that had a good thing to do with my self-confidence. And I just felt better. My days were better. I felt accomplished. I felt good after I got off work. I'd come home, I'd relax, I'd play some video games, and overall, life is good. And then all of a sudden, it just clicked. I want to say I'm at the peak of my self-confidence, or nearing that. I hope the peak continues to go up, and I'll explain why in another video. I keep saying that. I keep saying in another video. But it is truly going to be in another video. It'll just be in a later episode. I kind of have a rough idea of the structure of these videos and how I'm explaining them and telling my story. But let's see. Yeah. So I kind of reached this point where I was at my peak self-confidence for the time. Obviously, that peak rose. But yeah, I genuinely felt good about myself. I still didn't like who I saw in the mirror. But it was getting better. It was getting better. Which was a good thing. A very good thing. And then, with that increase in self-confidence, started to show another issue in my life. And again, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not. I'm just simply explaining my life. And this was part of it. Since I had no friends in college, which is a time where most people are very social, working full-time from 8 to 5 and having no friends, it's not very easy to get friends. It's not. And that's just how it is. And I realize that now, and I'm okay with it. But for a good period of time, 3-4 weeks, almost a month, you probably can't see it, but they have a little shadow right there. That is a chair. And in those 3-4 weeks, almost a month, I would sit in that chair and stare at the ceiling and just sulk over the fact that I had no friends. And I haven't had an interaction with someone my age in a very, very long time. I haven't talked, let alone seen any of my friends from high school. And I didn't have any friends from college. I didn't have any friends that lived nearby. Even if they did, they were doing their own thing with some of my friends from high school. And at the time, I was having these irrational thoughts saying, maybe I'm not good enough because I see, some of my friends from my old friend group hanging out still, but I'm not there. Did they forget about me? Am I a forgettable person? Am I a bad friend that they just kind of cut me off after high school? Am I just someone that they were friends with because I sat with them every day and they didn't really have a choice? All of these irrational thoughts, which none of them were the case, they weren't true. And like I had mentioned previously, they're living their own life. You know what I mean? I'm living my own life. We're doing our own things, and we are going in completely different directions. I'm working full-time. They're still in college, and they're enjoying college. And I'm enjoying working full-time. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. I have something in my eye. But I was having these terrible thoughts. Overthinking to the max. Every day. Every day. Even at work, it was affecting my work. I would think about it at work, and it was bad. Wasn't as bad as college, but it was bad. And of course, it's all about perspective, and you guys are never going to truly understand my perspective. As much as I can tell you about it, you're not truly going to understand. That's okay. No one truly can understand what you feel because you're the one feeling it. So I would sit in that chair and just sulk. And, I'd have thoughts about just dropping my life altogether and just driving somewhere, completely starting over. Because, again, I would have this irrational thought saying, I don't have any friends. What do I have to lose? Well, I'd be moving away from family, whom I love dearly. And I'd be dropping a great opportunity at my job for a career. And of course, I realized that after the fact. They say hindsight is 20/20. That is very true. But yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And luckily, it didn't go away. But like I had briefly mentioned in one of my early videos, I don't remember, I think it was episode 2 maybe. And I said, it will get better. Even if the situation has not changed, your perspective on it will. And as you can tell by the way I'm explaining this part to you, my perspective on that matter had changed. I understand that we're living our own separate lives, and I am not the center of the universe. And, my friends from high school, they'll still be my friends, but they're just that. They're friends from high school. We don't hang out on a daily basis. They're doing their own thing, and I'm doing my own thing. I cannot fault them for living their life and not reaching out to me. That's, honestly, it's whatever. And that's where I kind of got that from, that even though the situation hasn't changed, your perspective will, because that's exactly what happened here. My perspective on that situation has changed to a complete 180. It's no one's fault. It's no one's. It happens. That's life. Friends are going to fall in and out of your life. And that's okay, because you just go down separate paths. It's not malicious. It's not on purpose. They weren't hiding true feelings from you. It happens. It happens. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. Um, so I kind of got a grasp on that, and I started to feel better. I started to feel a lot better, even though my situation has not changed. I still don't have friends, but that's okay. It's okay for now. Obviously, yeah, I want to have friends, but it's okay for now because I understand why. So that's more of my mental growth. Um, and then as of recently, I want to say maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, I started noticing a change. Or someone had pointed it out to me. I'd seen an old picture of myself from winter break from college compared to some pictures I was taking of myself, because now I like to take pictures of myself, whether it be memes or serious pictures for Instagram or what have you. And it looked like I had started slimming down. Like, holy shit. Am I actually losing weight? This isn't normal. Because for 19 years of my life at that point, every single doctor's visit I went to, I had gone up in weight. I never lost weight. This was astounding. I'm like, there's no way. But it kind of looks like I lost maybe 15 pounds. I might have slimmed down a bit. And so my peak in self-confidence had risen astoundingly high. And I genuinely felt good about myself. Again, I still didn't like what I saw in the mirror. But I started to grow self-love. And that is one of the things that I'm most thankful for in my life. That I discovered self-love. I love myself. I love my body. I'm not necessarily happy about my body. I'm still big. But even though the situation has not changed, my perspective on it has. And that is so important. Perspective is so important. And I'm glad to say that I've gone through that mental growth. I mean, obviously, I'm still growing. I'm still going through things. I still have yet to go through things. And we'll see where that goes. But as of now, I'm doing good. And, slim down a little bit. I never officially knew how much. But yeah, I started to feel genuinely good about myself. I started to love myself. And that is something that is just an amazing feeling. It really is. It really, really is an amazing feeling. It changes everything. And if you're still dealing with, self-image issues, it's okay. It's normal. It's gonna happen. You're not some anomaly of a human being. You are a normal person. But I will tell you that if you do reach that point of self-love, it is freeing. It is liberating. And it truly is one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Truly. And I truly do hope that everybody in this world at some point in time will reach that point of self-love. Because it is beautiful. It really is. Anyways. So, seeing the pictures of myself and comparing them, seeing how I had slimmed down a little bit, I didn't know how much. So I'm like, you know what? Let me order a scale. I'm not scared anymore. I know what I am. I don't want to hide from the fact that I'm overweight. So I bought a scale, and I noticed that I was at 255. Like, wow. My last doctor's visit, I was 290. And in that time before I started working, it was about maybe 3-4 weeks. There's no way that I did not reach 300 pounds. That's almost 50 pounds lost. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I haven't been this light in so long. It felt amazing. You want to talk about a confidence booster? That right there was just wow. I mean, steroid injections in the ass cheek type boost. And it was just astounding, really and truly. And so I had kind of, been sitting on that. Wow, I really lost that much weight. That is insane. And then I'll never forget the moment. I was sitting in my office at work. It was on a Monday. And out of nowhere, I said out loud, I'm ready to join a gym. I had never set foot in a gym but one time and rode the bicycle for 20 minutes, then left. I had never gone to the gym. I had never trained. I had never lifted weights. I had never eaten right, never been on a diet, none of that. And I said to myself out loud, I'm ready to join a gym. And I think that's where I'm going to segue into the next episode. I kind of gone through my mental growth, and I still have, I'm still going to explain some more mental growth in the next episode, but I've gone through the mental growth of self-confidence and self-love and, some of the depression bouts that I had fought. So I think that's going to wrap it up for episode 6. But it is 5:36 a.m. I'm going to go ahead and get crack-a-lackin' on episode 7, which is going to be about my fitness journey. So stay tuned. Truly, if you're watching all of these, you're fucking awesome. You are. And I thank you for listening to my story. It's not like I'm making a huge leap and bound here. I'm very open about my story. But you're pretty fucking cool if you're watching all these videos, and I appreciate you. Anyways, my name is Trey. I haven't said that in a couple episodes. Just in case you couldn't tell by the name of the channel, which is my IRL name. Yeah, this is me. This is my story. And there's going to be some more on it. So episode 7 coming soon. This wraps it up for episode 6. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.